Hey Falcon fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Atlanta Falcons Today here on a Monday, as we always do. We jump in the latest Falcons news and rumors. Boy, what a whirlwind weekend with our first story of the day, and that has to do with Tom Brady potentially retiring. Now you're saying, Thomas, we're the Falcons channel. Why are you talking about Tom Brady? You'll see why in a second. First, if you were living underneath a rock or you were hiking with no Twitter this weekend, whatever you were doing, there was a report that Tom Brady was going to retire. That was cited by Adam Schefter and Jeff Darlington of ESPN, and then it was walked back saying he could be retiring this offseason, but not officially any word yet on that. Yet still, there are a lot of people thinking that Tom Brady could actually retire in the next couple of days, and obviously as I'm filming this right now, while we're talking about it, he has not officially done that. Also, of course, in the last week, Sean Payton retired from the New Orleans Saints, leaving many Falcon fans, especially on my Twitter feed, asking, are the Falcons now the best team in the NFC South? And I started to think about this and went, I think that they might be, and I'll explain why here in just one second. First, this was the NFC South standings from this past season. Obviously, the Bucs were fantastic, 13-4. They were the leaders of the division. They went on to the divisional round, almost beat the Rams, but did not. Saints were 9-8. The Falcons and Saints split those two meetings whenever they played each other. First one was the Falcons, second one was the Saints. The Falcons were then at 7-10, and Carolina grounded out at the bottom of the caboose at 5-12. Carolina has a lot of issues right now, as we will see. Now, let me ask you guys this. Is the NFC South prime for the taking? I think it is. I think as you look around the NFC South, if Brady retires, this is important, you got to emphasize this. If Brady retires, the NFC South should at least potentially belong to the Falcons. Let me explain. Bucs are going to have a brand new quarterback, right? Now, if they bring over Aaron Rodgers, then obviously they'll return to as the best team in the NFC South. But they're going to lose some people this offseason. Chris Godwin, most notably, maybe Gronk as well, and will be Kyle Trask as their starting quarterback. Either way, Brady, if he does leave, does make the Bucs a much lesser team. They're not going to win 13 games in 2022. The Saints have cap hell right now. $77 million over the cap. They just lost their head coach, a big reason why they're playing well, or have played well the past couple of years. They don't really have a quarterback. Jameis Winston comes off an injury. Taysom Hill is a running back, but not really a quarterback. The Saints are very much, to me, a bottom-feeding team next season. And finally, the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers don't have a quarterback that they like. At least they have Sam Darnold currently on the roster. They're very iffy on head coach Matt Rule, and they still have... are they going to keep or trade Christian McCaffrey? They just don't feel like a team ready to win 10 or 11 games, leaving Atlanta, who, yes, still has plenty of issues. Got to fix the offensive line, got to fix the defensive line, but they have the two main pieces in place, quarterback in Matt Ryan and head coach in Arthur Smith, and both of those are a player and coach that all of us, at least the majority of us, believe in here in the ATL. And so as you look at this, it doesn't guarantee that the Falcons will for sure win the division in 2022, but it at least shows that the South is about to go from being a very dominant division, at least very top-heavy with the Saints and Bucs, to potentially coming back down to earth, giving the Falcons a chance to go ahead and win the division. As we know, winning the division gets you a playoff spot. It locks one up in a home game, which the Falcons have not had in a very, 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 very long time. All right, pin comment down below. We'll get things started with this during the ad break. Are the Falcons the best team in the South if Brady retires? Again, as of filming this, he has not retired officially. You think that they are? Type Y down below for yes. If they are not, type N down below for no. All right, did you watch the championship round of the NFL playoffs yesterday? They were absolutely fantastic. Did you bet on those games? If you didn't, you could have won some money, and you could have done so with our friends at BetUS, who still has a great subscriber bonus for our first-time subscribers here. The promotional code Falcons125. Just go to our link, chatsports.com/BetFalcons. And again, use that promo code Falcons125. Get you a 125% deposit bonus when you first sign up, and you can use that to bet on the Super Bowl. Right now, the Rams are 4-point favorites. You can bet on, the Hawks, who have won 7 games in a row. Like, there are a lot of different sports you can bet on. It's not just football at BetUS. Check out their website at our link, chatsports.com/BetFalcons. Use our promo code Falcons125. All right, the Calvin Ridley saga has taken a slight turn. Let's start with that here, or continue with that here on the channel. So Ridley's been very, very quiet. However, his Twitter fingers have been moving a lot over the past couple of days, and of course, the super sleuths on Twitter who follow this sort of thing, people that don't leave their desk, but we appreciate them nonetheless, have seen that Calvin Ridley is liking tweets that kind of reference him moving on and playing for other teams. He liked a tweet suggesting he should be a Dolphin and paired up with Tua, and he also liked a tweet hinting at becoming a Philadelphia Eagle and pairing up with Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts. So I think it is safe to say that Ridley is going away this offseason. I think he's going to be gone. I think he will be traded, which we talked about a ton here on the channel. We've done it in previous videos. You can go back and look. But I think that Ridley liking tweets is just another little indicator that he's going to go ahead and move on from the Atlanta Falcons. And the potential landing spots are not just the ones that he liked on Twitter. It's not just the Dolphins and Eagles, but you throw the Jets in there, who definitely need a wide receiver on the outside and have a bunch of money and cap space in order to go ahead and do so. And I like the Jacksonville Jaguars as well. If you want to ship him away to the AFC, you don't have to see see him. Philadelphia, obviously, in the NFC, get him away from there. You ship him over to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence gets a weapon. He can move to Miami or move to Jacksonville, aka Florida. They have a bunch of cap space and draft picks as well. So plenty of potential landing spots, despite the fact that Ridley has liked a Dolphin and an Eagle as a positive tweet for his potential 2022 team. Now, my big thing, and it's something that we don't really talk about a lot. We talked about it in the beginning and then moved off of it. Will we ever know why he sat out? Like, I know that there's a mental health reasons, and we talked about how you can't really, attack a player for sitting out for mental health reasons because there were multiple players in the National Football League last year who did so. It seemed legit. They were able to go ahead and come back, move on with their careers. Mental health's a real thing. We can't just sit back and say, oh, he's faking it. However, it does start to kind of seem like, as the time progresses here, that perhaps he was just trying to go ahead and not play this season and get moved on and traded from. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that. It's just kind of something that's been hinted at here. Liking other tweets saying he wants to be a Dolphin or an Eagle. If this was purely just like him working on himself and not him wanting to get out of Atlanta, why would he be liking these sort of tweets and stuff, right? That's just kind of my thought process here. Again, doesn't guarantee anything, no accusation of anything, but I do wonder if we will ever know why he truly did sit out. If it was something that was going on personally, privately, if he didn't like Matt Ryan, didn't like Arthur Smith, didn't like the Atlanta, who knows? I don't think we'll ever find out, but it will be interesting to see as it goes on. Drop a like down below if you guys do want the Falcons to trade Calvin Ridley. I think most of us do, right? We can get at least 50 likes here on this video. All of us agree the Falcons should, and I want the Falcons to get rid of Calvin Ridley because the draft capital return would be fantastic, and he didn't want to be here. Good riddance, move on. Now, obviously, if they do go ahead and trade Calvin Ridley, coming up here at the start of the new league year, March 16th, we'll cover it here on the channel. And until then, all the little rumors, all the little news, all the Twitter likes that are possibly out there that hint at stuff, we cover it here on the channel. So help us grow to 5K subs by going down below and hitting that red subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate it. Other news we get into here in terms of the Falcons on a Monday, Matt GONO was released, which is kind of a very strange thing for the Falcons to go ahead and do. Now, if you're saying, Thomas, what's the deal with Matt GONO? You got to remember, let's take you back to last offseason. The Falcons, of course, have Matt GONO. He's going to be the starting left guard. That's what everyone was expecting on the Falcon offensive line. And then he has offseason shoulder surgery and didn't play. I mean, literally at all. We thought he would come back the later part of the year, basically didn't. And so essentially he sat out the entire year, hardly was seen on the football field, leaving the Falcons offensive line depth chart to have, major holes, aka Jalen Mayfield starting at left guard, which was a massive issue. Now, the thing is even though Matt GONO didn't play, I thought that they would bring him back and re-sign him for one more year because I think he'd be better than Jalen Mayfield, who, again, is not truly a starting left guard. He's played left guard, but should be starting at right tackle, or at least competing for the right tackle position. So it was an interesting move, but it does, I guess, make a little clarity or confirm some clarity there on whether GONO could be the starting left guard for the team or not in 2022. Overall, though, we all know the Falcons must improve the offensive line. Like, they're going to go out and get somebody, whether it's in the draft with some of the draft picks we talked about here, Charlie Cross, Evan Neal if they're lucky enough in the first round, Tyler Lindenbaum out of Iowa. These are all people they could go ahead and draft. But I think that either way, whether it's draft or free agency, the current offensive line that we just showed you on that depth chart is not going to be the starting offensive line in 2022. It really shouldn't be. Unless you're expecting all five of those guys to just magically improve, Jalen Mayfield at left guard, Matt Hennessy at center, Caleb McGarry at right tackle, I think they're going to make a move to go ahead and improve stuff. And honestly, as I've said before, free agency is the place to go. I mean, I looked this up earlier today. 5 players on the free agent market who made less than $10 million a year last season, aka a cheap option for the Atlanta Falcons. Ryan Jensen, the center from the Bucs, will he re-sign? Well, if Brady leaves, maybe not. Riley Reef, the left tackle for Cincinnati. Laken Tomlinson, guard from San Francisco. I think he's going to hit the free agent market. Mark Glowinski, the guard out of Indianapolis. If you watch Hard Knocks, you know a lot about him. And Dan Freeney, the guard from the New York Jets. There are plenty of options. Now, they don't guarantee that any of these guys are going to fix and solve the offensive line, but as I've advocated for in the past, add some depth, add some competition. Hopefully your O-line is a lot better than where it was this past year. Before you end it, rate the Falcons O-line. I mean, how bad was it last season, scale of 1 to 100? If it's a 100, that means it was like the best O-line in the National Football League. Clearly it was not. If you go for 1, means the worst offensive line in the National Football League. Where would you rate the Falcons' current offensive line 1 to 100? Let me know down below right now. All right, before we go ahead and end here, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. We have plenty of great content coming up later on this week. And, of course, you can always ask a future mailbag question in the comment section by using the hashtag Falcons. We do a ton of mailbag videos. You saw one this weekend. And so if you guys want to be a part of that, be a subscriber and join the fun here on our channel. Plenty more content coming up the next couple of days and weeks. For Atlanta Falcons Today, I'm your host, Thomas Mott, signing off to the rest of your day.